This episode of eHealth Radio is brought to you by uNatural, empowering your health as natural as counting sheep and much, much more effective. Serenity is the natural sleep aid supplement that helps you wind down without the grogginess and fogginess that habit-forming sleep aids can sometimes cause. Try it risk-free for 90 days with 15% off from eunatural.com using checkout code eHealth15.
This is the eHealth Radio Network, your source for health advice on demand. And now your host, Eric Michaels.
Thanks for joining us once again here on the eHealth Radio Network. This is your host, Eric Michaels. eHealth Radio gives you the most current health information, news, and advice featuring some of the leading innovators in healthcare and wellness who are changing healthcare as we know it. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. Today we're joined by Kanika Wahi, who is the co-founder and co-inventor of the newly patented enhanced formulation of NasalGuard technology, a division of Trutek. Trutek is a privately held company which has developed innovative airborne contamination prevention medical devices, nasal particle blockers, and skincare products. NasalGuard protects against virtually all types of airborne contaminants in any location. Kanika, thanks for joining us here today on eHealth Radio.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be chatting with you today, Eric.
And I am as well, Kanika. Really good to have you and looking forward to hearing all the details on this as well. Now, to kick things off, what is a NasalGuard Airborne Particle Blocker?
Sure. NasalGuard Airborne Particle Blocker, or APB for short, is an innovative clear topical gel that's applied around the nostrils and upper lip that uses electrostatic technology to block harmful particles like pollen and dust and virus-sized particles that are floating in the air before they enter your nose. It's drug-free and really a game changer in the preventative space, and we like to think of it as a Brita for your nose. Instead of breathing in all the junk from the air, NasalGuard helps you filter it out before the fact. And I think now more than ever, people are realizing the importance of prevention and finding ways of arming themselves against harmful particles. So this tube is really a lifesaver.
And certainly sounds like it as well. So how does it work to block airborne allergens?
Sure, great question. So most airborne particles like dust, pollen, pollution, and viruses tend to be negatively charged, and our patented NasalGuard is a positively charged gel that creates a safe electrostatic field around the nasal passages that traps negatively charged particles and repels the positive ones. So all you do is apply a small pin-sized drop of the gel around your nostrils and upper lip before heading out, and you're good to go. So just like sunscreen, you want to make sure you apply it before going out where you could be exposed. And when you're not inhaling all those pesky particles, it reduces your chances of experiencing those annoying symptoms. And each tube gives you about 150 applications when you use it as directed.
And that is pretty awesome, providing you with 150 applications there. Now, you knew I was going to ask this, but does it prevent viruses or even the coronavirus?
Sure. That's a great question also. So NasalGuard protects against a wide spectrum of airborne particles in any location, and users can count on it to work in their homes, airplanes, trains, hospitals, offices, and any place really where you'd have those particles floating around as a hazard. And NasalGuard has been proven to reduce the inhalation of airborne particles, including virus-sized particles and contaminants, when applied around the nasal passages before exposure.
And that is fantastic information and quite a solution, especially right now for sure. This episode of eHealth Radio is brought to you by uNatural, empowering your health as natural as counting sheep and much, much more effective. Try Serenity at 15% off from eUnatural.com with checkout code eHealth15. Today we're speaking with Kanika Wahi, who is the co-founder and co-inventor of the newly patented enhanced formulation of NasalGuard technology, a division of Trutek. NasalGuard protects against virtually all types of airborne contaminants in any location. And she's joined us here today on eHealth Radio's Allergy and Health News Channels, a part of the eHealth Radio Network. Now, Kanika, is it safe for children and pregnant women, or could it be used with other drugs?
Sure, absolutely. NasalGuard is drug-free and safe for the whole family. You really don't have to worry about any side effects or interactions with other medications or any sort of supplement you might be taking. I think these days it's pretty rare to see a product on the market that's all-encompassing and really safe for everybody from children to seniors and pregnant or nursing women. And anybody who's really concerned about drug interactions doesn't have to worry about it with NasalGuard.
And of course, it certainly sounds quite easy and simple to use as well, and that's always a plus. Tell us about the Breathe Easier donation program.
Sure. So we really wanted to be able to help all the healthcare workers who are working hard on the front lines to protect all of us, and many of whom are right now working with limited PPE or personal protective equipment. So that was really our motivation behind the program, is to be able to support our healthcare workers in any which way possible, which is why we're offering free donations to any healthcare professionals that would like to try NasalGuard for themselves or their hospital or department and offices. So all requests will be considered, and all we need is a statement of profession, the location that you're looking for, and the quantity requested as well. So all of these can be emailed to info@nasalguard.com. And to date, NasalGuard as a team has donated at probably more than thousands of units so far globally and domestically. So we're really looking forward to being able to help as many workers as possible. And for more information, people can visit nasalguard.com. That's NasalGuard.com.
And that certainly is the place to get further details. Again, Kanika, all the best, and thanks so much for joining us here today on eHealth Radio. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me today.
And certainly was my pleasure anytime. We've been speaking with Kanika Wahi, who is the co-founder and co-inventor of the newly patented enhanced formulation of NasalGuard technology, a division of Trutek. NasalGuard protects against virtually all types of airborne contaminants in any location. And for further details, visit NasalGuard.com. And again, this has been your host, Eric Michaels, and we do thank you for your continued support of the eHealth Radio Network. Join us again soon for another episode that will help further expand your knowledge on those things that are important to your health and wellness. For more eHealth Radio reports, we invite you to visit our main radio channel site at eHealthRadioNetwork.com. And as always, we do thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in to the eHealth Radio Network. For more information or to subscribe to this podcast, visit eHealthRadioNetwork.com.
This episode of eHealth Radio was brought to you by UNatural, empowering your health. As natural as counting sheep and much, much more effective. Try Serenity at 15% off from unatural.com with checkout code eHealth15.